But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. D.A., take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. The Wizards have struggled the last couple of years, so some people were surprised that Bradley Beal signed an extension there. Beal said, "Today, a lot of stars want to team up. No knock, but I'm a firm believer in sticking with what you got. If I win a championship in D.C., that'll hold way more weight than if I just left and tried to get one." Kevin?
Oh, I love that story. David, thank you. And now Washington's starting group. Big men on the floor for him. It's Hachimura and Bryant. Russell Westbrook out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Avdia in at the small forward spot. And for Brooklyn, Irving and Dinwiddie share backcourt duties. In the post, it's Durant and Allen. And it's LeVert in at the three, the small forward. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer. Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. Westbrook surveying the D. Outside, Beal. Latrey. The Wizards with another miss. The Nets on offense. Here's Durant. Bryant with the rebound. For Washington, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And the Nets miss again. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing. And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing, and you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
And KD drops them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
The Wizards have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's Avdia. Offline with his three. And so Allen will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Shoots over Hachimura. The pass to Irving. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Wizards. Outside Westbrook. And it's Beal in the corner. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Irving with it. Now Beal defending. Fires the three. And KD the bucket on the assist by Irving. Durant's got 5 now.
I think we're all aware of Durant's in-the-gym range as a shooter. I mean, seriously, I don't think there's a shot he can't make.
And the dunk by Hachimura.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
LeVert in the corner. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Wizards trail by 3. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And that one drops.
Yeah, you know, Westbrook is dangerous from everywhere, and he seems to be quite comfortable operating in the mid-range, too.
Irving drives in. Here's Allen. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Bryant. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Washington. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots. Durant, wide open, he fires. And the Nets miss again.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Outside, Beal. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. Irving with the ball. Now Beal defending, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in, and then for Washington, Mo Wagner's checked in for Bryant. Pertines comes in for Rui Hachimura, and Troy Brown subbed in for Avdia.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
So here's Westbrook.
And now they've chosen the full court man-to-man.
Yep, going with the most grueling kind of defense possible. They're looking. Yeah! Boy, that time Russell Westbrook going for the spectacular with a little extra pizzazz.
Dinwiddie finds Allen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends.
And with Allen, the amount of floor he can cover with a few steps is staggering.
And Kevin, it lets him take away chances and opportunities on D. On the other end, one step to the hoop and he's completely relocated as a target. One of the best moving bigs in our league.
Smith's shot is good.
Well, I tell you, in a nanosecond, Smith can blast right past the defense. A tough player to keep up with when he's taking it to the rack like that.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch.
And he chose the conservative finish with the nice, easy layup, which was a good decision.
On the wing, Green. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
Wizards trail by 4. Brown dishes to Smith. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Bunga, and the layup falls.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Dinwiddie drives in. And Green gets it to go. Green's got 5 points so far.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Bunga, the pass to Pertines. Smith against Dinwiddie. Steps back. He gets it in there.
Man, that was a really nice interior shot by Smith. For a smaller guy, he's extremely confident when he gets down in the paint.
Here's Dinwiddie. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Nets lead by 2. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And it seems like players are constantly changing teams. Here is Spencer Dinwiddie discussing.
As a team, as a unit, as a roster, we've had a lot of turnover, and so we're all adjusting and getting used to playing together and building that chemistry and that foundation.
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Landry Shamet is out there with Irving, and it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The Wizards making a switch here. Ryan's checked in. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Now Kevin Durant. He's got 8. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Tell you what, when Durant is feeling it, he puts on some swagger. He's going to let you know he's got it going.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Washington. 4-point game. Beal, that's for 2. Kept alive. No good that time. The net shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Good on the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Looking to end the run, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Love it when Westbrook takes it right at the defense like that, strong, and then finishes as well.
Karis LeVert's checked in for the Nets.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
And it's Durant missing. Washington trailing. So here's Westbrook. 8 points for him. Outside for Beal. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Since the Nets acquired Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, the franchise has gone from being an up-and-comer to a potential powerhouse in the East. That's necessitated changes on the bench and on the court. The Nets have added some new veterans. The time is now for Brooklyn to stand up and make its move in the East. Kevin, back to you.
Well, we'll see how they do. David, thank you.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
For Washington, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. The drive by Beal.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. And there's that creativity from Beal. When he's in flight, boy, he's going to show you something special.
Irving kicks to KD. Driving to the basket. And then Durant with the jam. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And already his 3rd foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the 3rd quarter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jeff Green is checked in for Durant. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Taurean Prince. The Wizards also changing it up. Mo Wagner comes in for Bryant. And it's Brown in for Avdia. Irving dishes to Green. From downtown, the shot No good. Now Washington takes it the other way. Brown feeling it out a bit. Brown jams it in.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
The Wizards have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Jordan the pass to Harris. The Nets working the ball around now. Irving against Westbrook. And Jordan sends it back.
When Jordan comes to deny a shot, his size and reach give him a big advantage.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's mobile one block?
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Karis LeVert. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. 1:25 left to play here in the second quarter. Bertans finds Smith.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
And the Nets making a change here. We've got 1:18 left in the first half. And it's sent back by Allen.
It's really hard to shoot over Allen, which is probably why you shouldn't try to do it.
Irving up top, covered by Smith. Here's Dinwiddie. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Washington. Bonga gets the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And Brooklyn turns it over again.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
.41 seconds left in the first half of the game. Puts the move on, and it's sent back by Allen. Here's Wagner. The 10-footer finds the target. Wagner's got the lead up to 4 now for Washington.
Yep, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
For 3, Durant. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. Here's Smith.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
And it's good for 2.
Boy, I like the competitive spirit of Smith. I mean, he welcomes contact and doesn't mind getting bumped as he drives to the rim.
The 3 from Bertans, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so we wrap up the first half. It's the Wizards.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, how confident are you that there's nobody that can stay in front of you?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, and I'm very confident.
That is never a problem for you, Russ. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right.